bring on the Foreign Minister to deliver her address to you, and after she speaks, the Gender Minister will speak, and then we'll take a Q&A for two of them. SHIRLEY AYORKOR BOTCHWAY, Minister for Foreign Affairs.
Thank you very much, Kafui. Good morning. I'm greatly honored to join you here today at this very historic 2017 Homecoming Summit. And I'd like to congratulate the organizers for the excellent work they've done in bringing us all together. I'm aware of the numerous challenges that you have had to grapple with in organizing this summit. Nonetheless, we can draw inspiration from the determination and courage with which you have pulled off this event. It's my fervent hope that this Homecoming Summit will advance our shared goal of bridging the artificial divide that has continuously impeded our efforts as Africans to leverage our rich natural and human resource endowments for our development and well-being. 10 years ago, Ghana became host to the Embassy of the Diaspora African Forum, which is currently based at the iconic W.E.B. Du Bois Memorial Center. The head of mission, Ambassador Erica Bennett, now a full-fledged Ghanaian, has worked closely with the planning committee in putting together a program that ensures that the outcome of this summit is in tune with our shared hopes and aspirations. Over the years, Ambassador Bennett and her close associates have endeavored through thick and thin to keep the flame of reunion burning in the hearts of Africans both on the continent and outside. I trust that many more leaders like her will emerge from among our sisters and brothers in the diaspora to contribute substantially towards not only advancing the economic development of this country, but more importantly, in eliminating the physical and psychological barriers that have kept us divided as kith and kin for so long. The cost of these artificial divisions among us to our shared prosperity is inestimable. Nonetheless, I remain optimistic that the more bridges we build between us, the more united, strong, and prosperous we shall become. It is our duty to work closely together for a new, brighter page of hope and human dignity, in contrast to Africa's historic plight of poverty, misery, and insecurity. It is in this spirit that I fully support the assurances provided yesterday by His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo that under his leadership, the ROPAL, Representation of the People's Amendment Law, will be implemented after due consultations with all the relevant authorities, including the Electoral Commission of Ghana. The participation of Ghanaians living abroad in national elections would certainly enhance their interest and participation in the country's governance, thereby creating a more congenial environment for the flow of investments into the country. The fact that remittances from Ghanaians abroad is increasingly becoming a significant factor in the nation's economic development demonstrates that the well-being of Ghanaians living abroad is no longer a simple humanitarian or consular issue. In reality, it has always been a developmental imperative. This understanding must henceforth inform relations between the various Ghana missions and our nationals abroad. That is why the Diaspora Unit at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has been tasked with working closely with the Diaspora Relations Desk at the Office of the President to achieve government's objective of involving the diaspora effectively in all aspects of national development. As a signatory to the International Convention on the Protection of the Rights of all migrant workers and members of their families, Ghana will forge closer working relations not only with other signatories of the convention, but also with the non-signatory recipient states, so as to ensure that the rights of Ghanaian migrant workers living in those countries are fully respected. In spite of resource constraints and other practical difficulties, the consular officers in our missions are doing their best to promote and protect the well-being of our nationals. The feedback received from this homecoming summit shall enable us respond adequately to the needs of nationals. And I hope that will come out when we get to the Q&A session. The Foreign Ministry is particularly determined to ensure that service delivery by our missions to Ghanaians living abroad is enhanced through the extension of quicker and more efficient services. Significant progress is being steadily made by most missions, as indicated by, among others, the reduction in time for the processing and issuance of visas and passports, the introduction of facilities in selected missions for issuing biometric passports. There have always been several instances where the ministry, through our missions, has come to the rescue of distressed Ghanaians, including the sick and dying, who find themselves stranded in foreign lands, often under precarious circumstances. Then also, when Ghanaian migrants find themselves on the wrong side of the laws of their host countries, we endeavor through our consular officers to ensure that their rights are protected. You may recall the recent cases of deportation of Ghanaian citizens from the UK and United States. We continue to engage with their missions on how best the rights and dignity of the unfortunate deportees would be protected. On the rare occasions when Ghanaians have died, and it has been impossible to trace their relations back home, the mission has been instructed by the ministry to make the necessary burial arrangements and ensure that they are treated with the dignity that we normally accord the dead by our customs and traditions. It is by no means an accident or mere coincidence that whenever our leaders undertake official visits abroad, our missions have invariably arranged an interaction between them and Ghanaian nationals. The aim is to make them aware that government has their interest at heart. The outcome of these interactions culminated in the enactment in 2000 of the new Citizen Act that paved the way for Ghanaians with foreign nationality to acquire dual citizenship. I am aware that the process of applying and obtaining dual citizenship has been fraught with difficulties and delays, leading to frustrations amongst interested nationals. The good news is that based on advice received from the Ministry of Interior, we have asked our missions to inform all Ghanaians living abroad about the requirements and guidelines. We hope that this will eliminate the bottlenecks that have plagued the acquisition of dual citizenship in accordance with the law. I shall continue to urge our missions to reach out to our nationals and engage them effectively and meaningfully in order to facilitate their participation in national affairs. It is the duty of our ambassadors, high commissioners, consul generals, and honorary consuls to make our missions customer-friendly as far as practicable so that they will not be inhibited from dealing with them. Likewise, I'd like to urge the leaders of the various Ghanaian associations abroad to strengthen ties with our missions so that together we can work in the interest of all. In other words, I am calling for better communication and more engagement between the missions and Ghanaian communities. This will help the ministry to become more effective in supervising the role our missions play in promoting and protecting our nationals. Educating our nationals continuously on their rights and responsibilities in their host countries is of utmost importance. Even more crucial is the need to sensitize them about the economic opportunities back home to enable them improve their incomes. The institutional mechanism for achieving those objectives are already in place and would be further strengthened. Since assuming office as the Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, I have been working assiduously to make economic diplomacy central to Ghana's foreign policy pursuits. It is for this reason that I have revived the Economic Trade and Investment Bureau, ECTIB, which is designed to play a key role in the promotion of trade and investment between Ghana and the world at large. The Bureau will soon be formally launched. The partnership we intend to forge with various economic operators will definitely extend to the diaspora. I have no doubt that you have a crucial role to play in the success of our endeavors. In conclusion, let me stress that the Foreign Ministry is very much alive to its responsibility of promoting and protecting the interests of the Ghanaians living abroad. It is part and parcel of our mandate under the Constitution to promote and protect the interest and image of our country abroad. There has been a profound departure from the mindset that formerly led to the treatment of Ghanaians living abroad as foreigners or sometimes as second-class citizens. No government can afford to ignore or underestimate the invaluable resource that the diaspora constitutes. We must work together to ensure that the knowledge and know-how, as well as the collective financial muscle of the diaspora, is creatively and effectively channeled into the development of our beloved nation for the benefit of all. For this important strategic goal to be achieved, government, through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration and its missions abroad, will continue to do its utmost to promote and protect our nationals living abroad. Once again, I thank you for the privilege and opportunity to share my thoughts with you on this important subject. Thank you very much.